evening. This is KE8VZA. I am the logger for tonight's BeaconNet on W8WKY's repeater 147.390, PL tone 114.8. So I've opened a NetLogger session under the BeaconNet in the list, and I've added a few call signs to the list of regulars that are on the monitors list. And if anyone else would like to get on the early list, please call now.
Yeah, you got WD8MIU, Whiskey Delta 8, Mike, India, uniform. We're in Florida.
Roger, I got Whiskey Delta 8, Mike, India, uniform, Wade, in Florida. Thanks for joining us. Anybody else want to get on the early check-in list? Mike, KE8QWE, will come on at 9:30, and we'll do our usual pre-net show where he'll take check-ins. But if you'd really like to get in and get a good seat, call now.
W8WKY. Kilo Alpha 8, Mike, November Tango, Tom in Canton, and we will be in and out this evening.
Roger, I got KA8MNT. Tom, good to hear you. And I've got you in the log as in and out. Have a good evening, and thanks for checking in, and I look forward to some good humor on the net tomorrow. Anyone else, please call now. AV8MO and RF because it has to be. AV8MO, KE8VZA. I can hear you. You got a good copy there, but you do have a lot of bacon frying going on.
That's what you get when you're below the average terrain, about 60 miles from the repeater. Okay. Got a prop. Thanks, Eric, and thanks for being master of sound mode. Stand behind the curtain. This is AV8MO, and I will stand by for the net.
Very good, Andy. Thanks again for the pointers you gave me, and I'm at the ready here. So anybody wants to get early checked in, please call now.
KD2HCE, I'll be monitoring. Lots of paperwork again. Back to net. Happy New Year, everybody.
KD2HCE, KE8VZA. Got you on the log here, Chris. I'm going to mark you in and out, and feel free to break in at any convenient spot there if you'd like to. And anyone else, please call now.
WB4AIZ.
This is KE8VZA. I think I copied WB4IZ Whiskey Bravo 4 India Zulu. Is that call sign correct? Could you please confirm?
Whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India Zulu. Whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India Zulu, Chuck in Florida.
Thanks, Chuck. I got it that time. Whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India Zulu. Thanks for checking in. Got you on the list. Anyone else, please call now. We have about 4 minutes until Mike comes online here.
WA8KOC, Fred in Akron. Good evening, Eric. Will you mark me in and out for this evening? And you guys have a wonderful net. 7-3 to you and everyone else in here. WA8KOC back to net control.
All right, Fred, I got you on the list. WA8KOC, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in, and 73s. And also, like I said, I did get Chris, KD2HCE. I forgot to say thanks for checking in, Chris. And anyone else that would like to get an early check, get a seat up near the front row here, please call now.
Kilo X8 Zulu November Foxtrot KE8 ZNF Craig, Jackson Township, checking in and out.
Very good, Craig. I copy Kilo Echo 8 Zulu November Foxtrot. Got you on the list as in and out. Thanks for checking in. And please join us again if you have time to stick around and chat. That would be great. Anyone else? We have about a little under 3 minutes left if you want to get your foot in the door.
Kilo 8 Zulu Lima Sierra. This is Tim, Canton. We'll be in and out.
Very good, Tim. Got you on the list. Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Lima Sierra. And I've got you in and out. Again, thank you for checking in as well. And if you'd like to come back every Sunday night and Wednesday night, same time, same frequency, and hang around for the trivia and everything, you're more than welcome. Thank you. Anyone else? We have a little under 2 minutes left.
Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, November Delta, Jeannie, I'll be in and out.
Jeannie, KC3QND, got you on the list. Thanks for checking in. Got you checked in and out. And thanks. Have a good evening. Anyone else? This is KE8VZA returning. We're about ready for Nick's girlfriend, just Nick's girlfriend, to make the announcement, and then Mike will join us and start the pre-show. So any of the regulars in the list, I'll get you as we go along here.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
CQ. Welcome to the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net. This is Mike, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. I will be doing the pre-checks for tonight. This is a directed net, and all traffic needs to go through that control. If there's any priority or emergency traffic, you can break in at any time. Let me take a quick break. Okay, don't look like we have any emergency or priority traffic. That is good. The net is on the following. The net is on the following. Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater on 147.39 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. All-star node of 48496. Echo link connection of Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee Romeo. Okay, looks like I got through all the preliminary stuff, which we must do here. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Mickey Mouse roll call. Okay, I am pre-show, so I am here. Let's see if we have Nick at Night. KE8QKO. Nick at Night, are you there?
W8WKY.
K8QWE, K8QKO. Hello, Mike. Good evening, sir. Yes, I'm here, and I'm standing by for the start of the net. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, K8QKO.
Okay, Nick, everything's working fine. You sound great. Okay, I'll go ahead and clear with KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. That's me. Let's go to Eric, KE8VZA. Hello, Eric.
KE8QWE, this is KE8VZA. Hello, Mike. Good to hear you. Good to hear everyone out there so far. And we've been building an early check-in list. We've got quite a few calls on there. It's good to hear tonight, Mike. You sound good. This is KE8VZA, back to net control, or back to pre-net control.
Okay, Eric, I see your list. Boy, you had been hustling there. So, in any event, everything seems to be working fine. I'm going to go ahead and clear with KE8VZA. KD8EPC. Hello, Dustin.
KE8QWE and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD8EPC. I'm here. I'm going to try to stick around, but if y'all call for me and I don't answer, just keep moving on, and we'll catch up with y'all later. But we'll try to stick around. This is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and take care of yourself. I know you've been fighting the COVID battle, which seems like a lot of us have. Okay, KD8SLG. Just Nick, hello.
KE8QWE, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Mike, and everybody on the Beacon Net. I am out of town, coming in mobile, so not sure how good this is working, but wanted to punch in and say hi to all y'all tonight. KD8SLG, back to net control.
Okay, Nick, you sound great. I sound like me. That's the way it is. Okay, and we will give you a holler if you're there. Great. If you aren't, that's fine too. Okay, I'm going to run through who I have. I have Alan is at the top of the list. I doubt whether he's going to be there, but I'm going to give him a holler. KI5DAY. Hello, Alan. KI5DAY. Okay, I didn't think Alan was going to be here, but he will be with us for the net. Let's go out to the land of snow and maple syrup, which you're probably starting to get some snow by now. Okay, Andy, AB8MO, hello.
this net? The Beacon Net. This is ABNMO. Okay. It is, it's got some snow on the ground. I don't know if it's snowing now. I've seen some salt trucks go by, so the roads are plowed. I think the roads are a little treacherous earlier this evening because the traffic was really slow, but maybe, hopefully, it'll be cleared up by tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I won't have to plow the driveway. I don't think it's supposed to snow more than an inch or two, so probably can get away with not plowing the driveway. So did get new shear pins for the snowblower. That was a real pain. We got four. Shear pins are a dispensable part for snowblowers, but it's sure annoying when they break. And then the auger doesn't move, and it makes it awfully hard to throw snow without those things. That's what happened to our first major snowstorm. I got up and down the driveway like twice, and I said, "Screw it." So with all that, I'll be here, and I won't have my pants down this time, quite literally. That was more information you wanted to know. Back to net. This is ABNMO.
Okay, Andy, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. Yeah, I know it always seems like I go through one of those shear pins about every winter. Fortunately, I have an MTD, and there's a surprisingly easy thing to change, which is really nice. But in any event, I know, and it always seems like you're clear at the bottom of the driveway when they break, and then it's a pain getting it back. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear with ABNMO. Let's see what Josh is up to. KE8YUG. Hello, Josh.
KE8QWE. This is KE8YUG. Good evening, Mike. And we don't have any snow over here, so that's the report. But yeah, we'll be sticking around for the evening. Looking forward to it. I'll send it back to you. KE8YUG.
Okay, Josh, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. I'm going to go ahead and clear with KE8YUG. Whiskey 3 EGB Eddie. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Mike. Well, I have a blue snow shovel. That's what I got. I don't have a snow blower, and hopefully this year we won't get any snow or very little like we have done for the last couple of years. So I'm not regretting that at all, and I'm very happy about it. So I hope that we don't get any snow here. Keep it all up in the northern area. So anyway, yeah, I know. I really shouldn't say that because I really do feel for anybody that has to shovel snow. Because I've had to shovel it in the past a few times, and it's no fun. So, anyway, I will be here for the rest of the net and listening to those trivia questions. So, just wanted to pass it back to you there. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Eddie, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. One thing about a snow shovel, you don't have to worry about a shear pin on it. So I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey 3 ETB. Let's go to Florida. Hello, Wade. Whiskey Delta 8 MIU. Hello there, Wade.
Where it belongs. At any rate, good hearing you. I will stick around for the trivia and say hi to all my friends up in Ohio and around the country. Back over to you, Mike. WD8MIU, Florida.
Okay, Wade. I don't imagine you have a snow blower there in Florida. In any event, hey, welcome to our net. I'm going to go ahead and clear with Whiskey Delta 8 MIU. Let's go talk to Tom. KA8MNT. Hello, Tom. KA8MNT. Hello, Tom. Okay, Tom's not getting back, but we'll keep him on the list and give him a shout when it's his turn. Okay, let's go out to Tulsa. Hello, Kelly. KC0LRM.
Oh, hey, Mike. Thanks for getting me in there. I hope I never have to buy a snow blower here in Tulsa. I hope it doesn't reach that point. I'm like Eddie. I do have a snow shovel, but I think I'm just going to be in and out tonight. I got some stuff I got to take care of. I might be listening in a little bit, but everybody have a good evening, and hope Alan's got a good alternate trivia question for you all there. I'm sure he does. And hope everybody enjoyed the weekend. I hope the snow gods shine favorably on you up there, whether you want it or don't. Okay, back to you, and let you get on down the list. Everybody have a good evening. 73s.
W8WKY.
Okay, Kelly, that sounds good. Have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and clear with KC0LRM. Next, I had KD2HCE Chris. He was in and out. Okay, let's go to Florida and talk to Chuck. Whiskey Bravo 4 AIZ. Hello, Chuck. Whiskey Bravo 4 AIZ. Hello, Chuck. Okay, I wasn't sure whether Chuck was in and out or not, but we'll leave him on the list. And next of all, we had Fred, Whiskey Alpha 8 KOC. He was in and out. He's over in Akron. We had Craig, and looks like he was in Canton, KE8 ZNS. He was in and out. So that takes us down to Tim, KE8 ZLS. Hello, Tim.
This is KE8CLS. Not much going on. Just kind of relaxing today. And that's all I have. Back to the net.
Okay, Tim, real quick. Are you going to be here for the full net and do trivia and all of that stuff, or are you going to be in and out?
This is my first time on, so I'm going to stand by and just listen and see how it goes. So I'll be on the side listening.
Tim, that sounds good. Hey, be sure to come on back, and this net, if it's nothing else, it is an interesting place. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with KE8 ZLS. We'll put you on as in and out. And next we had Jeannie, KC3 QND. She was in and out. So, and then we have Mark, KG4SCK. Hello, Mark.
Hey, good evening, Mike and everyone. Well, I don't have a snowblower, of course. I got a snow shovel, and it has another handle about halfway down that makes sort of like a fulcrum. So it's pretty pivoty and makes the shoveling a little easier. I was down there with Wade by next weekend. Looks like we're going to have a doozy next weekend. And I'll be sticking around for the big show. KG4SCK, back to Mike.
Okay, Mark, that sounds good. You know, I have a snow blower, and I think over the last 3-4 years, I think I've used it maybe 2-3 times tops. We just don't get the snow like we used to. When it's up around the garage, I just go ahead and shovel it. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with KG4SCK Mark. Okay, we have John, Whiskey 2 JLS. Hello, John.
Good evening on your ears, Mike. Good to be in here tonight and catching you on the pre-show. I guess you were asking the question, do people have a snow blower and stuff? I guess I do. I've actually got two, based on some stupidity on my part last season. I thought I went to fire up my snowblower for maybe the one and only snow. Maybe we had two, and thought it wasn't working. Kind of panicked because the snow was coming in pretty good. So I went out and bought a new one because I couldn't get that thing to run, and got the new one home and fired that up, took care of the snow. I think we only had one other significant snowfall that season, but I learned that it was just a matter of not, the thing has like a key for the ignition before you can perform a start on it, and like a moron, I was trying to fire it up without turning the ignition on. So I've got two snowblowers. Anyway, guess it's good to have a backup. Anyway, I'll be in there for the rest of the net, I think. So keep me on the list. W2JLS, back to you.
Okay, John, you know what? That sounds like something that I would do. Hey, I spent hours working on a car once just to find out that the battery was dead. You know, I thought, well, it's the alternator, this and that and the other. Yeah, it was just a shot wad battery, and it never hurts to have an extra snow blower. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with John, Whiskey 2, JLS. I better ID. The same for the FCC comes a knocking. Whiskey the Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. If you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the BeaconNet, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn. Good evening, Mike. Good to hear you. AA8CS.
I got through and AFIJB, Alpha Foxtrot 520 Bravo, short time.
King Charles 8, Fox Queen Vector. Good evening, KCFQV. And the station just before me, you didn't have enough ponies to go in KCFQV.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a break and run down who I have. And let's see, the first one we have is our fearless leader, which is Gary, AA8CS. Hello, Gary.
All right, Mike, good evening to you and everyone on the net. It's good to be here this evening. I'm going to be in and out tonight, Mike, but I just wanted to stop by and say hello to everyone. Pretty decent weekend coming up here. I'm sorry that we just had, especially if you're a pro football fan, a couple good games yesterday and a couple really good games today as well. But anyway, not much more going on here. I just wanted to stop by and say hello. Take care, Mike, and I think maybe Nick at Night's part of the group tonight as well. You guys do good work, and just glad that you're around. This net is pretty doggone cool, especially with its outreach. So congratulations on a very successful net. All right, again, I'm in and out tonight, Mike. Take care. Have a good rest of the weekend. And we'll talk soon. This is Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, back to net.
Okay, Gary, have a great night. Get yourself some sleep, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to go ahead and clear with AA8CS. Okay, Matt, AF5JB. Hello, Matt.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Didn't do anybody else out there on the net, and I've been still got a little bit of time left. Probably said the last time, but just in case I didn't, Happy New Year to everyone, and have a very good weekend. I stayed in town and kind of hung around. Get my little route done Saturday morning, and got that out of the way, and then done laundry, and played a little arcade game there. I got done with that. I went to another place, Dave Buster's, and played a Pac-Man Battle Royale, and then a Cruise and Blast. That's a fun game. Kind of like do a Cruising USA game. It's pretty good. Then went to the Hard Rock up the road. Ate there. Got me a chicken fried steak sandwich. That was really good. I went home and had me a beer and I went to bed. And then that was my Saturday night, and then I was going to take it easy the whole day today, getting ready for a whole new week. So getting all rested up. But beyond that, I'm one and done. I want to stop by and say hi to everyone, and 73. Have a good stay week and stay warm out there, everyone. And thanks for having me on, and catch y'all next time out there. And this is AFIJB, Alpha Foxtrot 5 Julia Bravo, Matt, the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back to the next row. 73, and catch y'all next time. Thanks again. Thanks for having me.
Okay, Matt. Hey, it sounds like you have had a great day, and have a great night. I'll go ahead and clear with AF5JB. I had somebody that was trying to check in after Mark, but boy, your signal was so weak that we couldn't tell who you were. Either try cranking up your power or changing your location. Over. Okay, I can just barely make out your call sign. Try it one more time, please.
Whiskey 8, Tango, Foxtrot, W8, BTF, Whiskey 8, Tango, Foxtrot, Mobile, in and out.
Okay, Whiskey 8, Tango, Foxtrot, I gotcha. So you are going to be in and out. Hey, have a great night and drive safely. Okay, now we're going to go to Aurora. KC8 FQV Bark, hello.
Well, how are you all, KCFQV? Well, had our sauerkraut a week late, but hey, sauerkraut you can have any time, but you like to have on New Year's, but you know, my mom was out there and the Rose Parade, and she said it was good. You know, she wanted to get out. Her and my aunt went out, so it was good. So they seen it. You know, it's sort of just like our parade there. You know, but they did have bleachers and a couple places you could sit, and you paid to sit there. But you know, for a 2-hour parade, it was. She said it was interesting. But we had sauerkraut today. And then it proceeded to clean me out. Yeah, it decided it was going to do some cleaning out. You know, I've been still sick. So a week from today, or a week from tomorrow, I'll go to the doctor and see what he says on my routine checkup. But he knows that's waiting in the wind too, this sickness I have. So, you know, 1 hour is decent, and another hour it gets this, and then, you know, it just changes to a lot of sleeping. So we'll send it back to net in case, as long as I say vertical, it's not too bad, but once I go horizontal, you never know how quick it can go out. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Okay, Mark, I am sure that you are going to be here for the entire net with trivia. It sounds like your mom had a good time at the Rose Parade. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with KC8FQV. If you'd like.
Where are you at? Net Control, KC8FQV.
Please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo WV3K Phil in Canal Fulton for short. Hello, Mikey. It's good to hear you. Doing a really nice job. Audio is 5.9 a signal. Absolutely wonderful. Back to net control.
Tonight, Mike, 73, everyone.
Okay, and could the last caller come again? Unfortunately, I cut you off, man. Okay, could the last caller come again? I know we got part of it, but we did not get all of your call sign.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Quebec Romeo KE8TQR Keith in Uniontown in and out, Mike.
Okay, I'll go through the last three. I have Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello.
Hello, Mikey. This is Phil, and it's good to hear your voice. I just wanted to say hello and many blessings to all who are listening and also participating. Special hello to my buddy Wade down in Seminole, Florida, and also to Jason and also to Nick. And I hope that Nick at Night is also in there too, and Andy if he is. Thank you for doing what you're doing to carry the net through. I'm going to be a short out and ready to go to bed. I just took my meds, and they're calling for me to lie down. So I'm going to go ahead and do so. Robin has been busy cleaning up house, kitchen, dining room, and all that, and I've been doing laundry. So about 4 loads, something like that, and I'm still not done. So I got to get myself ready to get to bed. But anyway, thank you very much, Mikey. Doing a great job, and I'd love to stay with you, but I can't. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Net Control. And this is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I will be QRT. Thanks again, Mikey. Be good, and nice job. Very nice job.
W8WKY.
Okay, Phil, that sounds good. Go ahead and get yourself some sleep. I'm sure that you are tired. So I'm going to go ahead and clear with Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Now, I know it was sandy out in Cipolo, Texas. But Sandy, I hate to say it, but I missed the last half of your call. Fine. If you could come again.
Okay, this is KG5FYC, Kilo Golf 5, Sierra Yankee Charlie, with KF5ADD.
Okay, are you two going to be short time, or are you going to be in and out, or are you going to join us for the net tonight?
We will be staying for the big party to find out what the trivia question is and the answer to be. And we'll be on the portable, and if that goes places, we'll log in to Echo Lake to finish the show up as backup. But for now, we're RF.
Okay, Sandy. Hey, could I get your husband's call sign again, please?
This is Kilo Golf.
So we got KF5ADD.
Oh, my goodness. I was going to say it wrong, wasn't I?
You said mine.
I was. Oh, that's terrible. At any rate, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Alpha Delta Echo, KF5AD, Nick, with Dyslexica.
Okay, Nick, that sounds good, and I know that you are going to be there for the whole show. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear with KF5ADE. And we had KE8TQR, which is Keith in Uniontown. He was going to be in and out. So, it looks like I have everybody here, and at this point, I'm going to ID this thing and pass it on over to Nick and Knight. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. So, at this point, I'd like to transfer control to KE8QKO. Hello, Nick.
Thank you, Mike, and fine business on the pre-show, as always. Good evening, and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WAWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, All-Star node 48496, and Echo Link W8WKY-R. This is a direct net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in and various other repeaters, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. We're going to go ahead and start taking check-ins here. Anyone who would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Kilo Alpha, Josh in Akron.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, J2EY, Robert in Sydney.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Quebec on the River Styx Banks. Back to net.
Kilo Echo 8, Bravo, Hotel Quebec, Benjamin in Strasbourg.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. I'm going to run through the list that I have right now. I have Kilo Echo 8, Victor Kilo Alpha, Josh. I have VK2DY, Robert. I have K8YUQ, and I didn't get a personal. It's Philip. I think, let me make sure the personal is correct here. Yes, Philip. And I have K8BHQ, Ben. Or Benjamin. Okay. So, that was the four I have checked in at the moment. Are there any additional check-ins? Also, Josh, is Miss Lucy joining us tonight?
Yeah, I think she'll be down here. You can go ahead and check her in.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and add KE8YUK to that list. And then, are there any additional check-ins for the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Net Control. This is Kilo India 5, Romeo Foxtrot India, KI5 RFI Mac in Springdale.
All right, KI5 RFI Mac. I got you checked in there. Are there any additional check-ins for the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Tango Kilo, Cody in Canal Fulton. I'll be in and out.
Mike Yankee. All right, I'm going to take it right there. I have K8ZTK, Cody checking in there. And then I had a Mike Yankee, the station that got stepped on a little bit there. So the Mike Yankee station, please come back with your full call sign and first name, please.
Well, good evening, Net Control. This is Chris in Amherst. KE8, I ate it because I was hungry. MMY. Why? Because we like you.
All right, Chris, we got you in there, K8MMY. And like I said, we had K8ZTK, Cody checking in and out. All right, that's our list so far. Do we have any additional check-ins for the BeaconNet? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. It's a pretty good orderly list of check-ins, so thank you all for checking in, and we'll get down to you here as our list progresses. But first, we're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters for the evening, and we are going to start with K8VZA. Eric, what do you have for us tonight, Eric?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA, ready with your main trivia question. Here we go. Which of the following is an actual measurement of time? Your possibilities are alpha, jiffy, bravo, bit, Charlie, sequin, delta, Röntgen. I'm going to drop it for a second, read it again. KE8BZA returning with main trivia. Which of the following is an actual measurement of time? Alpha, Jiffy, Bravo, Bit, as in B-I-T, C, Charlie, that is, Sequin, or Delta, Rentgen. And I will post this in the blue screen. And this is KE8, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right. Thank you for a fine question there, Eric, and definitely take some time to think about it. Okay, looks like our alternate question is still pending, so we're going to hold off on reading that for the moment. So what we usually do is when that happens, we start going through our list, we'll get our answer for the primary question, and then when the alternate question is able to make it into us, because he has another net before this one, so sometimes it runs a little over, then we'll get that read, and we'll run back through our list real quick of check-ins to get that alternate question or the alternate answers out. So let's see here. We are going to start with K8YUG, Josh. How you doing tonight, Josh? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is K8YUG. Good evening, Nick. You caught me in the middle of eating some M&Ms. Yeah, my wife Marie was been making a bunch of stuff, and so she added M&Ms throughout Christmas, and so I was eating the leftover M&Ms. But yeah, we had a good day, good weekend. Did a bunch of stuff around the house, chores, got some stuff organized. Well, let me get to the trivia. Okay, yeah, just the one. I was gonna go with D Delta. I don't know, kind of guessing. I don't know. I feel like I've heard the last one he said there. I can't even really pronounce it, but that last one. So D for Delta, and yeah, not too much else going on. Getting ready for work tomorrow. All right, no snow here yet, so we'll see what happens. But I'll send it back to you, Nick. This is K8YUG.
All right, thank you, Josh. I got you down there for Delta for the primary question, if I heard you right. If not, I'm sure my NetLogger will correct me, and it'll show up here in a second. But thanks for getting in with us. And next, we're going to go down to W3ETB. Eddie, how you doing tonight, Eddie? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hi, Nick. Actually, it's been very quiet here in Annapolis for the last couple of days, but we didn't go anywhere. Just stayed inside and kept warm. It's been rather cold, and I think that they're calling for some more, cold and some possible wind and that sort of thing. So, just actually do have to go somewhere tomorrow, though. I've got a couple of errands I need to run, but didn't go anywhere today, so stayed home today. And for the trivia, I'll go with answer A. For Alpha, and we'll just have to see what I think it's Alan has, what he has up his sleeve today. So we'll catch you later. W3TV, back to that.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Got you down there for Alpha. Yeah, enjoy that weather. A little different where you are than up here, but it still gets cold and snowy on occasion, so glad it's some quiet time for you. And next we're going to go down to WD8MIU. Wade, I have not heard from Wade. I know you had some health issues, and it sounds like you're feeling better, I hope, there, Wade. But good to hear you on the net, and happy to hear what traffic you have for us tonight.
All right, Nick. Well, good hearing you, my friend, and I don't know who else is listening. I know Phil mentioned my name and heard Dustin there. And yeah, I fell 4 years ago when I was in Ohio. Passed out actually and fell backwards and hit my head on the blacktop driveway, and my right leg came up and hit the hitch of a trailer. and went into the hospital. Well, actually, when I came back to, I got my car and drove home. My wife took me to the emergency room, and they found blood clots in my legs and in my lungs, and so they put me in the hospital immediately and put me on a IV with blood thinners in it, and 3 days later I got to go home, and they said I was blood clot free. Well, apparently not. My ankles have been swelling for the last 3-4 years. Went to the doctor a couple years ago, and they said it was something. They'd not worry about it. It wasn't a blood clot. They called it something else. Said it wasn't doing any damage, though. And another year or two goes by, and I didn't like the looks of my ankles. I said, how do I know when I have a blood clot and not have one? If my ankles are always swelling a little bit. So I talked to my doctor, and different doctor this time, and they said, well, let's get it checked out. So we did. And guess what? I had a blood clot right below my knee on the right leg, and he said it's probably been there for 4 years. They didn't get you totally blood clot free the last time. And so I go see a vascular doctor, see if he's going to, I go see him this coming Thursday to see what his thoughts are. And I'm on blood thinner pills now, and I had no blood clots in my lungs when I was in ER on Wednesday night. So, at any rate, we're going to figure out what's going on. I have a feeling he's going to tell me he wants to poke a little hole in my kneecap or somewhere down there and get that vein and drain it and get rid of that blood clot. But meanwhile, I'm on blood thinner, so yeah, I'm doing okay. My wife, on the other hand, she had the flu, emphysema A, or whatever they call it, A. But she's getting over it. That was Tuesday night, so we had 2 nights in a row we were in the ER. Not my idea of fun, but hey, it is what it is. At any rate, say good evening to all of you. I'm going to go with, so far we've had D for an answer and A. I'm going to go with C. Might as well spread this thing out a little bit. So C for Charlie, back over to you, Nick. Thanks for asking about me. Go ahead, WD8MIU, back over to you.
All right, Wade, thank you. I'm glad to hear you and your wife are kind of on the mend there, and I guess maybe that was a happy accident, not a pleasant one, but they found other stuff that could have been a bigger issue because of it, so it's good you got that sorted out, or are getting it sorted out, and glad you guys are feeling a bit better. I'm going to identify real quick. This is KEAQK with the WWKY repeater, going through a list of check-ins to the BeaconNet. All right, after Wave, we have a few in and out stations here. We had KA8MNT, we have KC0LRM, and we have KD2HC all in and out, and that takes us down to WB4AIZ. Chuck, how you doing tonight, Chuck? And what do you have for the BeaconNet? All right, nothing heard from Chuck there. Maybe he had to step away. But it looks like Alan is ready. So we're going to go back up and get our alternate question. Here's how it's going to go. We are going to talk to our alternate question, master of the evening. That's KF5DAY Alan. He's going to read it for us. And then we're going to go back to these 3 check-ins we already had and get our alternate question from them real quick. And then we'll come back down and try to hit up Chuck one more time. So, Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, real quick here, Nick, how can you copy me?
Well, Alan, I'm not sure I'd want to copy you at all. But if you're talking about your transmission, you're coming in just fine.
Copy that. I meant, how do you copy my signal? I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Yes, I am ready for tonight's alternate trivia. Did you want me to read it now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and read the trivia question.
All right, here goes tonight's alternate trivia question. Nick Ramage is a mechanic who became somewhat famous when he invented a machine called The unplugger. The unplugger was designed to do what? A, unplug itself from a wall outlet. B, unplug stubborn grease trap drains. C, unplug skyscraper plumbing systems. Or D, unplug Grandpa Cornwall Bean after he eats too much cheese. I'll read it one more time. Nick Ramage is a mechanic who became somewhat famous when he invented a machine called the unplugger. The unplugger was designed to do what? A, unplug itself from a wall outlet. B, unplug stubborn grease trap drains. C, unplug skyscraper plumbing systems. Or D, unplug Grandpa Cornwall Bean after he eats too much cheese. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, thank you for a fine question there, Alan. Let's think about that one as well. I'm going to answer a question for the logger tonight, and that Eddie's answer was alpha. That was his answer for the trivia question. We're going to go down to our 3 check-ins here, people we've talked to. We're going to start with KAYUG. Josh, and what do you have an answer for the alternate trivia question?
This is KAYUG. I'll go for the alternate trivia. I'll go with B Bravo. B Bravo. All right, cool. I'll send it back to you, Nick. KAYUG.
All right, thank you, Josh. We got you down there for Bravo for the alternate question. We're going to go down to Eddie, W3ETV, and see what his answer is for the alternate question.
I think I'm going to have to go along with Josh. I think I'm going to pick B for the alternate trivia question. And I'm going to go ahead and say 73 because I'll probably be asleep in a little while. So yeah, I didn't have a rough day, but it does start to feel like it right now. So so A for the main and B for the trivia question for Alan there. So 73 all. Have a good night. This is W3ETV. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Got you down there for Alpha and Bravo. And yeah, I'll probably be asleep too, but good for me. I talk in my sleep, so I can keep running the net. And that's WD8MIU. Wade, and see what his answer is for the alternate question.
Start with, and I'm going to go with B for Bravo. WD8MIU, back with you.
All right, sounds good, sir. Sounds like Bravo's running away with it for now. We'll see how Alan did with that. Okay, I'm going to identify real quick. This is KEAQKO, the WWKR repeater, going through check-ins for the Beacon Net. And our next station we're going to try to get back to again. If he's out there, maybe he had to step away, or maybe he was just in and out and we didn't catch it. We're going to go down to him anyway, and that's going to be WB4AIZ. Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? And what traffic do you have for the net tonight? All right, nothing from Chuck there. Maybe if he comes back around, he can recheck with us, or maybe he's in and out. We just didn't quite realize it. We have 4 in and out stations after Chuck. That's WA8KOC, KE8ZNF, KE8ZLS, and KC3QND, Miss Jeannie. And that takes us down to KG4, SCK Mark. How you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening, Nick at night, and everyone on the net. Well, today I did some cleaning, rearranging, went to Walmart, got some tubs, and just cleaned up the kaboffle that was driving me crazy over here. And I guess the rig and the antenna works, rearranged all that stuff. The trivia questions, they're fantastic. So, in a jiffy, I'm going to try to answer them. So Alpha is my pick for the first trivia question. And Alan's trivia question, oh my gosh, I would love to pick D and say unplug Grandpa Cornwall Bean after he eats too much cheese on the air before the rats and mice get to him. But I'm going to pick C, although I don't know what in the world skyscraper plumbing is any different from any other plumbing, but I'm going to pick C anyway. So there's my story. KG4SCK, back to net. Good night, guys.
All right, thank you, Mark. And yeah, skyscraper plumbing, I imagine it's probably a fair bit different depending on what floor the plug is on. If you get clogged up low, that can mess up a lot more floors above. So, I don't know. That could be a bit of a mess. But we got you down for Alpha and Charlie. Next, we're going to go down to W2, JLS John. How you doing tonight, John? And what do you have for us this evening?
KE8QKO, Nick. How are you doing, buddy? I'm pretty good out here in Fairlawn. Good evening on your ears. A couple things. I know you and I have had chats about sci-fi stuff, particularly Star Trek we had in common. I had one of those things pop up today on the phone, a news item about the actress who played kind of the young woman in Tron. Her name is Cindy Morgan. She was also the hottie from Caddyshack. She passed away, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but she was 69. So I thought I'd share that with you because I know you liked sci-fi, at least Trek, Star Trek. So there's that. And then just been a nice weekend for the most part. Feeling pretty good about the whole thing. Got some exercise and actually drove down to, I think it's called Millersburg. Maybe some of you know what I'm talking about down there. Kind of a quaint little area. I'd never really been there. We had to drive one of the boys that way. It was kind of dark, and it was all Christmased up. They did a nice job with it. Jackson goes to some kind of music thing down there. Anyway, on with the trivia. I didn't recognize any of those as proper units of time, but my dental hygienist is always saying, "I'll be with you in a jiffy." So I do recognize jiffy as a referred to colloquially as time. I can rule two of those out. Otherwise, as I know what they are, and they're not units of time. But there is a third one I don't recognize at all in any context. So I'm just going to go with A. And then for the alternate trivia, God, I have no idea, but I'm going to go with that grease trap thing. There you go. Thanks for having me, Nick. Everyone have a great rest of your evening, and get ready for the work week. W2JLS back to net control.
All right, thank you, John. Yeah, I read that too. I read about her as well. I also read recently. This is what I thought you were going to mention before you said the actual article was a company launching people's ashes into space, and pretty much all of the original Star Trek crew members that have passed on that are now still alive were on the mission. I think it launched very recently, like today or yesterday or something, to spread their ashes, along with like 340 people that their ashes are going up, but they were on the payload to go up and be released into space. So that was kind of interesting. Okay, and next, so where am I here? Next we had two in and out stations. That was AACS and AF5JB, and we are now going to go down to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? And what do you have for the beacon now tonight?
All right, KC8. KC8FQV. On the alternative one, I'll say B. That definitely. And I couldn't really understand the first one, but I'll say A. I'll try Alpha. Try that. And, everything else is going, I right now I'm not doing too bad, other than the other end now. Yeah. One end is doing its business, or the other end, and out the other end doing the business. Yeah, but I think everyone has got these ailings of whatever. I don't care what it is. That's something we all are ailings, and we all are ailing of some sort of thing. We're trying to get rid of something. So, but yeah, I'll say Alpha for the main one and Bravo for the second one. So, well, next week we go to the doctor, next Monday, not tomorrow. Car goes to the car doctor tomorrow. We'll find out how much damage that will be. But, in the following week, we'll go and see if they can figure out what's happening here. So, QV?
All right, Mark. Thank you. You got down there from Bravo and Alpha, and good luck getting your car worked on. You know how that can work out for you sometimes. All right, the next two stations. I should identify real quick. This is KE8QKO on the WWQI repeater, going through a list of check-ins for the BeaconNet. Our next two stations were in and out. That was W8TTF and WV3K, which takes us down to KG5 SYC. Miss Sandy, how you doing, Sandy? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
This is KG5SYC, and we're doing all good. Enjoying the state of Ohio and seeing some snow falling, and enjoying just being inside of a nice warm house and playing with the grandkids. And that oldest one is a hoot. They've been doing the elves on shelf, and they wrote a letter and asked the elves to come back for Oma and Opa because we were going to have Christmas again. So the elves showed up, and they had a good time. And then after the elves all left, the oldest one decided to leave Oma and Opa surprise notes on their bed, and just having a really good time. And that littlest one, oh my goodness, he's a hoot too, walking like crazy and into everything. And 14 months old, and yeah, he's a real climber. At any rate, trivia. Let's see. My main one, I'm going to go with C for Cibolo. And the alternate, I'm going to go with A, was always right. This is KG5SYC, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Sandy. Got down for Charlie and Alpha, and yeah, have fun with those grandkids. Enjoy them when they're young, and spoil them and send them back to their parents. Our next station here with K8TQR Keith, who is in and out, and we are now down to KF5 ADE Nickelodeon. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Okay, good evening, y'all. This is KF5AD Nick, or Nickelodeon, since that's what we kind of keep all the Nicks separated with, and it's all good. And yes, as Sandy said, the grandchildren are very great to be able to spend time with. Just all three of them are really a lot of fun. The middle child, she's a quieter one, and but she's just as cute as can be. And but yeah, between the two extremes on the two ends there, that's something else to watch. But we're having a good time up here in Ohio. We're looking forward to visiting with you guys. Coming up on the 18th will be not a break, the Sarah meeting. And so we're definitely planning on getting up there for that, for sure. And perhaps maybe even a little bit sooner than that. We haven't coordinated with Nick yet to see what he's been up to doing, or if there's something else going on around here in the way of activities. So we've been just kind of spending some time. We're kind of without some wheels right now. We've got the car that we normally use is DOA for right now. But we'll see what else we can do for one way or the other. We're not sure yet. So Guess that's about it until then. I better catch a nickel. Hang on, let the thing reset. Okay, trivia now. We're going to go for the first trivia. The one that sounds most scientific to me was the root. Yeah, D is on that one. That's that element of time. That sounded the most scientific one of the bunch. So I'm going to go with that one. And as for the second trivia question, I'm going to go with the most, to me, logical one. That's going to be Charlie unplugging skyscrapers. So I'm going to go with Charlie on the second one. We'll see how it all falls together or falls apart, whichever takes. KF5AD returning back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down there for Delta and Charlie. Yeah, good luck. Definitely have to go to the meeting on this month if you guys are going to be here, because I think I missed you the last couple of times to get a visit. Never got a chance to have an eyeball QSO, so definitely have to get up to the meeting on the 18th. Anyway, next we go down to K8VKA. Josh. How you doing, Josh? What do you have for us this evening?
K8QKO, K8VKA. Good evening, Nick. Good evening to everybody on the net. Thought we'd drop in. We were up down in the ham shack here, just kind of relaxing a little bit. A little reluctant to go to bed tonight. Got work in the morning, but that's all right. It'll be a good week. We had a good, productive weekend. Yesterday was the productive day. Today was a lot of relaxing, which was nice. Played some canasta at Lucy's family's house. I think we lost, right? I think we were third. We were third out of three, but that's okay. We definitely didn't win. I think your brothers. So it was John Paul and eventually her dad. And I think they had somewhere around 5,000 points or something crazy, and we were like around 2,000 or something like that. So it was a lot of fun, though. Been fun getting back into that game. And Saturday, my dad was here and my brother, and they helped us lay a floating floor down in our game room. And man, they went fast. I helped them a little bit, but then I ran to Lowe's, and by the time I got back, they were done. So that was awesome. So excited to get the game room done and get the house put back together. So with my trivia answers, I'm going to go with Bravo and Bravo for beacon and barometer. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Nick, and hope to see you guys at the next meeting. Check on my calendar and make sure we can make it. So we can say hello to Nick and Sandy when they're up from Texas. So anyways, KE8VKA, back to KE8QKO. 7-3s, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Josh. And, yeah, got you down there for Bravo and Bravo. You know, I've never played canasta, so I don't really know the rules, or I kind of didn't realize the scores would get that high. So maybe I'll have to check it out sometime. And next we have VK2DY. Robert. How you doing tonight, Robert? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hi, in Northwestern Sydney. Well, first, let me take the two trivia. I'm going to give A alpha for both of them. It is, 25 degrees, 77 Fahrenheit, and raining. It has been raining for the last 3 or 4 hours now. It's sort of amazing how this summer has gone. I know a lot of people are upset that their summer vacations are getting rained out. But it is what it is, I guess. Last week, Queensland to the north of us got floods and even a tornado, and this week, Victoria to the south of us got floods, and we're just getting a bit of rain. So hopefully we're not next on the agenda next week. Other than that, not a whole lot else happening. Just waiting to hear from the ACMA, which is our FCC, I guess. as to how the whole transition is going to take place when they move the amateur radio exam service to being directly run by them. I think it's probably been reported in a couple of cases, a couple of news magazines here, that the ACMA is taking over control over the whole exam process and taking it away from the Australian Maritime College. So those of us who are examiners are waiting to hear exactly whether we've been accepted as examiners under the new system and exactly how we're supposed to handle the new exams. So we're all anxiously awaiting that. The transition takes place on the 19th of February, so there's probably a few weeks to go yet before we know anything. But it should be good. It's going to reduce the cost of an amateur radio license here tremendously. Instead of $55 a year, it's going to cost us nothing a year to keep the license. And to get an amateur radio license, exams will be free. The proficiency certificates will be like $40, and then maybe $20 more to pick your call sign. So instead of $200 to get your first license, it'll be closer to $60. So I've had a couple people approach me about taking an exam, and I said, if you wait a couple months, I can save you $140. So we shall see exactly what's happening here. But at any rate, it's all good. The downside is we're going to a class license, which I guess isn't the downside, considering most countries it's a class license anyway. But we've been operating under an apparatus license, so it's just a different change for us. Other than that, not much else to share. Thank you very much for taking my check-in. BK2DY, back to...
All right, thank you, Robert, and yeah, good luck on that transition. And yeah, it sounds like it's going to be quite the improvement if it's going to save that much money to get a license, and maybe get more people into amateur radio down there, because sometimes the cost can become prohibitive to get people into it. But we've got your answers down as Alpha and Alpha, and so right now I'm going to identify real quick. This is KEAQKO, the WWKY repeater, going through a list of check-ins on the Beacon Net. And next we are down to KE8YUK. Philip, how you doing tonight, Philip? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Uniform Quebec. Good evening to you, Nick, and to everyone on the net tonight. I got one project done in our kitchen and working on trying to figure out how to lay out a faux ceiling, a faux tin ceiling, trying to figure that one out. That's my next little trick. And other than that, I was amazed. I haven't heard very many people, or I haven't heard anyone say anything about that today was Pearl Harbor Day, and that sort of surprised me. So that's about all I have tonight. Back to you, Nick. K8, Yankee Uniform Quebec, return to net.
All right, Philip, yeah, thank you. Yes, you're right, today was. I actually totally lost track of the days. I didn't really put that together in my head, but yeah, thanks for reminding us it was Pearl Harbor Day today. So, yeah, you remember that. Anyway, I don't think I have your trivia answers. Do you want to come back with your trivia answers?
Sorry about that, Nick. I would say Alpha, and on the second one would be the skyscraper. Back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. We got you on there for Alpha and Charlie. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I just went in one ear and out the other and didn't click in my head, or if I just, or if you did, we didn't get them. So, never know which one it is sometimes. Sometimes I hear it, but I don't hear it. Next, we're going to say K8BHQ Ben. How you doing tonight, Ben? What do you have for us this evening?
KE8BHQ. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you guys are too. For trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. I don't really have much for the net, just listening in and
playing around on HF at the same time. So I'm going to give it back to you. This is KE8VHQ.
All right, thank you, Ben. And same as last time. Did I get your trivia? Oh, we got it. We did get your trivia answer. So, Charlie and Bravo, thank you, sir. And next we go down to K8YUK. Lucy, how you doing tonight, Lucy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8YUK to the net control. I know you're QKO, but I forget your prefix. And I am too far away from my computer to look it up, and I don't remember, so here we are. For trivia, the first one, I want to go with Alpha, a Jiffy, because that's the only one I say. And then for the alt, I am torn, but I think I want to go with Bravo, the grease drain. Whichever one is the grease plug. That one, I would go with that one. Betty's awake. I don't know why she's awake. It's not great. We think she's teething again, maybe molars, maybe that's why she's so upset. So we shall see, but I might go up and check on her in a second. But Josh gave you the rundown of the day pretty much. And I am working on making a teeny tiny dollhouse. I have 6 of them now, and that's just the teeny ones. That's not counting the big ones. I'm kind of stalled on the big ones because I need to... I'm making myself finish remodeling one before I start building the other 2 that are in boxes. So that's where I'm at with the big ones. And I'm hopefully going to go to a dollhouse store up in Olmsted Falls coming up here this week with my sister-in-law to be and my little sister and Betty. And I'm going to go to the dollhouse store and pick out some new stuff for the dollhouse I'm renovating so I can move ahead with that. So that's where I'm at with projects. And I'm avoiding cleaning the house. The real house. But we'll get there. Anyway, I'm going to go check on Betty. So I'll listen out. KE8YUK, back to net control. God bless everybody.
All right, thank you, Lucy. You guys down there for Alpha and Bravo. And I will say it's probably easier to clean the dollhouse than to clean the regular house because I don't know how your house is, but I'm sure everybody doesn't leave stuff laying around the dollhouse. So you have to figure out where it goes when you're cleaning the regular house. But thanks for getting with us there and getting in with us, and hope Betty's feeling better and sleeping soon. All right, and I guess I should identify real quick since there was some confusion. This is KEAQKO, the WWKY repeater, going through our list of check-ins for the Beacon Net. We are now down to KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing tonight, Mac? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening, everybody on the net tonight. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks. A little bit cold, but it is wintertime. On the trivia questions, in the strictest sense of the word, I will go with A, but there is an argument that B is also a unit of time measurement, so it could be A and B, but I'll go with A on that one, and I'll go with A on the alternate question also. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Mac. Got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. Yeah, and enjoy that weather. Next station we have was In and Out. That's KE8ZTK, Cody. And we are now down to KE8MMY, Chris. How you doing tonight, Chris? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening. I'm living in the lap of luxury and KE8MMY. And I think that for the trivia questions there, I'm going to go with, I think for the time unit is going to be a GIF, because that is, I think, that is 3.2 seconds, or the amount of time that it takes Annette Funicello to describe the Choosy Mothers choose GIF. And then what was the other question? I'm drawing a blank right now.
All right, Chris, you know what? We can go back up and get the questions reread for us, just in case anybody out there needs them in the future. So let's go back up to K8VZA, Eric, and get the primary question read, and then we'll go over to Alan and get the alternate question. Eric, take it away.
W8WKY.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. Which of the following is an actual measurement of time? Possibilities are alpha, jiffy, Bravo, bit, as in BIT, Charlie, sequin, or Delta, Rentgen. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. And let's go to KF5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read for us. Alan, take it away.
Kilo, India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee. Okay, tonight's alternate trivia question is, Nick Ramage is a mechanic who became somewhat famous when he invented a machine called the Unplugger. The Unplugger was designed to do what? A, unplug itself from a wall outlet. B, unplug stubborn grease trap drains. C, unplug skyscraper plumbing systems. Or D, unplug Grandpa Cornwaldo Bean after he eats too much cheese. KI5DAY.
All right, thank you for another fine question there, Alan. Let's go back over to K8MMY. Do you have the answer for the alternate question there, Chris?
Why, yes, I do. Karnak says that the unplugger was exactly that it would unplug itself from a wall so that vehicles that maybe you had a block heater if you were in colder climates, or maybe you had a fire truck that a bunch of guys got in and didn't pay attention to anything else, and I bet there's some sort of automatic device that unplugs those things just for them. So that's what that's my guess, that's what I'm gonna go with. And thank you very much. KE8MMY, back to the net.
All right, thank you, Chris. Catch on there for Alpha and Alpha. Next we have N8JET William, who is in and out, and that takes us down to KE5 NCP Tom. How you doing tonight, Tom? And what traffic do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening, Nick and everybody else on the Beacon Net tonight. Oh gosh, not a lot going on down here. We've been opening some mail, and my son went out and brought all the mail in. We've got a big old mailbox out there, and I never go out there anymore much, but he goes and checks it about every 3 to 5 days and brings it all in to me. So we've been going through that. But other than that, not a lot else going on. We did some cooking today and made a big old pot of beans and cornbread and stuff like that to get us ready for next week. And supposed to be kind of messy, cold, and what have you down here in Oklahoma. And I guess a week after next, it's really going to go into the deep freeze from what we're hearing right now. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, not much else going on down here. The trivia answers, I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha, A and A. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, everybody have a good one there. We'll say 73 and turn her back to net control. KE5NCP.
All right, thank you, Tom. We got you down there for Alpha and Alpha. And next we're going to go down to K5CFY Ray. How you doing tonight, Ray? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KEA, QKO. Good evening there, Mr. Nick at Night. Thanks for running that, and thank Mike and Eric and everybody that keeps the net going there. And I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. C on the first one, Bravo on the second one. And with that, I'll give it back to you there. Great net, 73, K5, CFY.
All right, Ray. Thank you for getting in there. We got there down as Charlie and Bravo. And next we're going to go down to KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the net this evening?
Oh, good evening, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Well, let me get these questions out of the way. As far as the main trivia question, I'm gonna go with D. And the alternate trivia question, well, I'm gonna go with D, because that poor man needs to be unplugged. I'm going to stay to it. And I know somewhere along the line there'll be Hamfest up in your area pretty soon. But you can always check out the ARRL website and bring up your the information for Hamfest and conventions, and shall we say, look up the Hamfest in those areas and see when they are. I'll turn it back to Net Control. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. Got you on there for Bravo and Delta. Yeah, I think we want a little bit warm. I think we want some warmer weather for Hamfest before they really start to pick up here, because nobody wants to go out in the cold and look at the old anchors. But we like to do it in the slightly warmer weather. But yeah, springtime will start ramping up and we'll start getting more of those things going on. Anyway, next we go down to AI5Q. Jairus, how you doing tonight, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
AI5Q here. Not a lot going on. Just finished a committee meeting got home about 9 o'clock, so I missed the pre-net check-ins and all that. So I got out here after talking with the kids and sending them to bed. And one of them's still trying to finish up homework that she should have had done by Friday in class, and she's spent all weekend working on it on and off, and she's still not done. So we'll see how late we let her stay up trying to finish her homework, but she's getting closer. As far as the trivia is concerned, I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha. A Jiffy sounds pretty good, and a unplugger sounds kind of like something. I've got the useless box in my office, and you flip the switch to on, and it has a little lever that comes up out of the box and switches itself to off, and then the lever goes back in the box, and it sits there and waits for somebody to switch it on again, so it can turn itself off and go back in hiding. So the unplugger sounds like something that might unplug itself from the wall. Once it's powered, it automatically disconnects itself from power. That seems goofy enough. Anyway, AI5Q back to Net Control.
All right, thank you, Jairus. Got you on there for Alpha and Alpha. We're at the bottom of the list now. Whew, finally. That's a lot of check-ins. We're down to 41 check-ins already. Good net tonight, everybody. Good net. All right, I'm going to identify real quick. This is KEAQK with a WWQI repeater, where we have gone through a list of check-ins on the Beacon Net, and we're ready to take some new check-ins for the Beacon Net. So if anyone's out there that would like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. And before I go any further, I'm going to say I was going to elaborate on Jairus' comment about his daughter and her homework. And I got to say, Jairus, I'm actually kind of impressed your daughter did her homework over the weekend, because my son, when he has homework on the weekend, will do everything in his power to avoid doing any of his homework until it's absolutely the last minute on Sunday. And then we have to fight with him because it's like, why is your homework not done? And he's got to get his stamp and get it done, and then complain that he's tired, and it's a whole thing. And I fight, and I try to get it done earlier, and every time it seems to be a fight, and I don't understand why it has to be, but he somehow makes it happen. So at least kudos to your daughter for at least trying to work on it a little bit over the weekend. Now, with that, we are going to go back and talk to our net control team. We're going to go up to the top here, and we're going to start with KEQWE, Mike, and see what he has for the Beacon Net tonight. Mike, take it away.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Nick and everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Trivia. I think I am going to go with A and B. A for the primary and B for the secondary. I have no idea whether they're right or wrong, but it sounds like a plan. I haven't been up to a whole lot today. My wife and I went to church, went home, and had some lunch. Well, actually, we had lunch at church, and they had a really good meal. And then I watched the Browns, and I fell asleep, and I woke up, and they lost. But, of course, if you're not using your starters now, you aren't going to go ahead and win against Cincinnati. But it was good. Other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot, really. So, with that being said, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8QKO.
All right, thank you, Mike. Got you down there for Alpha and Bravo. Let's see, what am I going to do here? I'm going to skip Eric. I'm going to call out to KD8 EPC Dustin and see if he's still out there and has any traffic for us. He is. Take it away, Dustin.
All right, thank you there, Nick at Night. Comments. I don't really have any comments. Just say hello to everybody. Hope everybody's staying warm and having a good evening. I missed the trivia questions, so I guess just give me a guess with Bravo and Bravo. With that, I'll say 73 all the way around. This is KD8 EPC, clearing back over to net control.
All right. Thank you, Dustin. Got you down there for Bravo and Bravo. Get some rest, sir, and enjoy your work day tomorrow. Next, we're going to see if he's out there listening. He's in the blue screen. I'm not sure if he's going to join us on voice or not, but we'll see if he's there, and that's KD8 SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? And if you're out there and you have traffic for us, go ahead and take it away.
KE8QKO and the net. This is KD8SLG. Good evening, everybody. I made it back in a timely fashion. Still out and about, but wanted to chime in and wish you all a great evening. Let's get the trivia. I'm going to go with Alpha, and I have to go with the Cornwaldo Bean answer there. And I have to say Cornwaldo Bean to answer Cornwaldo Bean, because everyone wants to hear someone say Cornwaldo Bean. And Wednesday night when we had someone asked for me to explain what a Cornwaldo bean was because he couldn't find it on Google, that was like the highlight of my week. Anyway, it was a good time. Great to hear everybody out there tonight. Fine business, as always, there, Nick at Night, and it's great to hear Nick and Sandy in town. KD8 SLG, back to net control. 73 all y'all.
All right, thank you, Nick. Got down there for Alpha and Delta. And yeah, I gotta say, you've got a winner for a word makeup. If you're making up a word, when you Google it and it doesn't come back with anything, Google's like, I have no idea what it is that you're typing in here. I don't have any way to suggest something for what you're typing in here. And yeah, that's the awesome part of the Cornwaldo Bean. All right, next we're going to go on to AV8MO Andy. See what his traffic is for the Beacon Net tonight. Andy, take it away.
KE8 K8QKO in the Beacon Net. This is AB8MO. Boy, this will teach me to never check it at the top of the list. Hello, everybody. Well, I wanted to make this announcement earlier, but for those of you who are left, just mentioning that the last full weekend in January is Winter Field Day. And let's see, there's a couple area clubs that are participating. The other club that I belong to, the Warren Amateur Radio Association, we are having Winter Field Day site at a city park up in Niles, Ohio, called Stevens Park, in a nice, cozy, warm cabin that is in a very good location for, especially being in the middle of the city. So we got really low noise up there. I was up there last year. We'll have food. If you don't want to drive all the way to Niles, Ohio, the Alliance Club, W8LKY, is also hosting a Winter Field Day site. And I believe the Massillon Club, W8NP, I think it is. You could find all this information at winterfieldday.org. So with that, let me drop it a sec. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Jiffy is like the ultimate bait answer there, Eric. So I'll bite the bait on that one. And Alan, I think you really outdid yourself this time with the unplugging Grandpa Cornwaldo bean. So I can't refuse. So Alpha and Delta it is. Back to you there, Sir Nick at night. KE8QKO. This is AB8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Sorry, I didn't realize you had the traffic you wanted to share at the beginning. I would have called on you, but I thought, you know what, Andy's part of the net control team, so he's going with the net control team, and that's how it went for me. But yeah, sorry, so trivia answers. I'm going to give mine real quick before we go through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give my trivia answer. I'm going to make one more call for check-ins, and then I'm going to go back up to our trivia masters to get the answers and their comments. That's how I'm kind of doing it tonight. But my trivia answers, I'm going to go with Delta for the first one. Rings a bell in my head, so it's kind of a wild guess. And then I'm going to go for Alpha for the second one, because I think the unplugger is kind of like a less useful version of the clapper. Maybe like the first one to come out, or it competed with the clapper but wasn't successful because it only did one thing, which was unplug from the wall, but not like, plug itself back into the wall, because the clapper you can turn things on and off. So I think the unplugger was a less useful version of the clapper, so I'm going to go with Alpha. And yeah, that's it for me. So I'm going to identify real quick. This is KE8QKO, the WWKY repeater. We've gone through all our check-ins. We've talked to most of our net control team. And we're going to open it up here for one more. And again, one more round of check-ins. Anyone who would like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8 Delta Lima Juliet. KE8DLJ Ralph, 14-wheel mobile.
All right, KE8DLJ Ralph, 14-wheel mobile. Have you lost a couple of wheels there, Ralph? Just curious, make sure you got the right number.
No, I had to come clean. I actually don't drive a real big trucker's truck. I drive a day cab, and we only have one drive axle, not two. So that means we actually only have 14 wheels, tires on the road. But it works for us, and it's easier to turn. Anyway, trivia question. I'm going to go with Charlie for the first one, Alpha for the second one. And I have a question I'd like to post for VK2DY. KE8DLJ, back to you.
All right, sir, go ahead and go direct.
KE8DLJ returning. Robert, I was wondering, do tornadoes spin in the opposite direction down there. Back to the group, KE8DLJ.
W8WKY.
KEKKO. Good. That's a good question. VK2DY, if you're still out there, the question posed to you, sir, is do tornadoes spin in the same direction in the southern hemisphere? All right, sorry, Ralph, nothing heard there, unless I stepped on him. But maybe we can roll that into a trivia question on someday. Who knows? That could be an interesting something to put into there. All right, but yeah, we don't know. Inquirer might as well want to know. We'll have to reach out to him again next week and see when he's on and try to verify that. Okay, this is KEKKO, the WWQR repeater, and we're going to go up to our two trivia masters. We're going to talk to them, get their comments. They can pause and give us the trivia answers. So, KEVZA Eric, go ahead with your comments and your trivia answers, sir.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Not a whole lot going on here. Been staying the course on my rec center exercise regimen, which I started way before the new year, and I've been sticking to it. Primarily swimming and doing some walking on their indoor track, and they have this phenomenal rowing machine that I like. And Saturday, I got to test out my homebrew 10-meter dipole with some DX. The band was really clear in the afternoon, and I had some QSOs with 2 Colorado stations, and interestingly enough, a maritime mobile in the Gulf of Mexico. A operator that lives in Corpus Christi, but he was out cruising around with his wife in the Gulf. That was pretty cool. Tried a few others, one up in Calgary, another one over in Dominican Republic, but they were all negotiating pileups, so didn't get through there. But it was good. Good that the dipole is really working. Only used it for local comms before that. But anyway, that's about all I have. We'll get over to the trivia. Let me drop it for a second. Okay, main trivia question, which of the following is an actual measurement of time? The answer is A, alpha, jiffy. Jiffy is a real measurement, believe it or not. It is an actual measurement of time referring to the length of one cycle of the computer system's clock, about 10 milliseconds. Also, when it's used in physics, it stands for the amount of time that it takes light to travel 1 centimeter. So if you've ever said, I'll be back in a jiffy, you're actually saying, I'll be back in 10 milliseconds, so you better be quick. So alpha was the answer, jiffy. So the other answers were bit. I thought that was kind of neat, I'll be back in a bit. And Charlie sequin, that's just something I pulled out of the sky that sounded like second. And Röntgen is actually a unit of measure for radiation. Commonly used for assessing radiation exposure. Anyway, that's it. Alpha was it, and KE8VCA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. But I will say you said about 10 milliseconds. You're right, it is about 10 milliseconds, but it's not exactly 10 milliseconds all the time. So is it truly a unit measurement if it's not always precise? And I guess when you start talking about that point, doesn't matter, precision varies a bit, but it could be it. I don't know, toss it out there. And next, we're going to go down to, KI5DAY Alan. Get the comments from Alan and the answer for his alternate question. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the hood. Yeah, just sitting here watching the Buffalo-Miami game. It looks like it's going to come down to the 2-minute warning here, and I don't know, it could go either way. But what was I going to say? Yeah, the alternate trivia question. I was kind of surprised. At the very beginning of it, B was running away with it, but A was catching up fast. But I think they got 1 or 2 more votes for B. The question was, Nick Ramage is a mechanic who became somewhat famous when he invented a machine called the Unplugger. The Unplugger was designed to do what? And the correct answer You can look this up on YouTube and actually see this machine that this guy invented, but the correct answer is A. The sole purpose of this useless machine, as this guy Nick Ramage builds useless things, is to, you plug it in, you turn it on, and you set it by the wall, and it goes about 6 or 7 feet outward, and it unplugs itself. That is the full purpose of this machine. Let me let this drop. And yeah, I've watched it. The first time I saw it, I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah, if you look it up on YouTube, just type in the unplugger and look for a wooden floor with a machine that has it's a belt-driven machine called the unplugger. It's about a 25-second video. It's pretty amazing. Okay, KI5DAY back to this.
All right, thank you, Alan. Another fine question. Hey, 1 out of 2 is not horrible. So I wouldn't mind having those odds in Vegas. Okay, so thank you, sir. And that puts us at the bottom of the Beacon Net tonight. It's almost it's after 11:15 here, a little after 11:15. I'm getting tired. So I'm going to say, on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8QWE, AB8MO, KE8VZA, KD8SLG, KD8EPC, KE8VKA, KE8YUK, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening on Wish You a... Oh, that's the old preamble. Thank you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us for the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, All-Star Node 48496, and Echolink WWKY-R. You're welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Also, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on All-Star Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
Okay, so what was the alternative answer? I heard the main one. That was interesting. I didn't catch the alternative. KCFQV.
KCFQV, KE8VZA. Hi, Mark. The alternate trivia answer, correct answer was alpha. Unplugs itself from the wall outlet.
Okay, I heard that one. I guess it was the main one I must have been then confused on. I didn't catch. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't, or maybe I did. I just forgot. You know, that can't happen. Do you remember what the main one was, possibly, KCFQ?
Yes, Mark, it was also alpha. The answer was jiffy, and it is a unit of measure of time that is about 10 milliseconds, or it's also used in physics to define the time it takes light to travel the distance of 1 centimeter.
All right, now I do recall hearing them both. Now I do recall hearing the Jiffy. So, I think, yeah, some days it just can't keep it all together. You know, hey, we all are got human. We try to do it all. It just don't always happen. You know. There are some people that, oh, you're crazy or a loony, but, you know, I think if they think about it, they'll have a day where they have the same thing. Hey, thanks, KCFQ.
W8WKY.
No problem, Mark. Hang in there. KE8VZA.
Yeah, I was trying to think, where were you at? Yeah, you're over in Strongsville, so you probably do have a decent rec center there. You be able to go inside that. Yeah, they're not cheap, and it takes, everyone thinks that they just come, but they're hard to get put together in a community, but once they do, then they're all right. But it's a hard sell to get the community to fund them. So, KCFTV.
KC8FQV, this is KE8VZA. Yes, Mark, I'm up here in Strongsville, and yes, Strongsville is very blessed. We have a beautiful rec center that I think is about 22 years old, maybe 23, and they have managed to keep it up beautifully. It's always in good shape. It's very clean. Everything works. They added on to the gymnasium part of it, added a few more basketball courts that are also used for other sports. But they have 2 indoor swimming pools. One's for competition and swimming laps, and they have another one they call the activity pool, that has a slide and a pirate ship for the little kids, and another just general swimming area. But it's really nice. I love it.
All right, I'll let you go and we'll cut this melon. So I'll catch you on another time, KCFTV.
Okay, 73 there, Mark. Enjoy your melon. This is KE8VZA, clear with KC8FQV.
KJ5 DBM KD7 TZV. KJ5 DBM KD7 TCV. KD5, correction, KD7 TZV monitoring.
This is KJ5 ATA. You're monitoring. Got your transmission. Just curious if that's what you call, but I didn't quite hear it all. Over.
was trying to get hold of a friend out of Edmond that uses Echolink. This is KD7TZV. My first time trying Echolink also.
Yes, this is KJ5ATAL. I didn't catch your call sign. Where are you from? My name is Guy. I'm from Central Texas, and yeah, I'm rather new in ham myself. Just fussing around listening on the Echo Link here. Do drop in, and so yeah, if you want to come back and tell me what your call letters are again, I'll try to remember them. Yeah, so yeah, come back.
My name is Delbert. My call sign is KD7TZV, and I'm out of Bristol, Oklahoma.
KD7TVZ. Delbert, Bristol, Oklahoma. Okay, great. So, how's your weather up there? Kind of cool here, I gotta say, here in, I'm outside of Austin, Texas is where I'm at. Georgetown, if you're familiar with it. And, yeah, it's, just sitting here with the Echo Link on. I've yet to get my real radio, someday. And, but I'm learning how to work a transceiver called an IC7300 on, which is at the radio club that I'm at. Over.
That is a very nice radio, the IC7300. I've been a ham for 20 years, and I just now, this is the first time I've ever got onto Echolink. I just got into running a Anytone Quad 5 10-meter rig, and I'm really enjoying the propagation right now. But like I said, I've been doing this for a while, but I had just been mainly on meter and 70 centimeter, the repeaters. And the weather up here is not too bad today. We're supposed to be around 45 tomorrow, I think. But starting Tuesday, we're supposed to have some weather moving in, possible snow, and we're going to be below, we're not going to get above freezing, I think, Friday, and possibly a couple of days after that, we're going to be below freezing during the daytime. Over.
Okay, are you, is that located above Oklahoma City, around those parts? I mean, I do travel through Oklahoma pretty often, but I mostly go through, let's see, I go up through Durant, and then I go up to, let's see, McAllister, and then to Muskogee, and then up to Pryor Creek, and then up to Big Cabin, hook on the Will Rogers Turnpike to make it to Springfield, Missouri, and then I take it all the way through Missouri, all the way up to Illinois to visit my old homestead in Quincy, Illinois. But I live in Georgetown now. I'm retired in Sun City, Texas, and I'm a member of the Ham Club here, and I just got my ticket. This past year I got my general, but I've yet to get into working on EHF. Yeah. Back to you, this is KJ5 ATA.
I'm actually working on getting my general right now, KD7 TVV. We're actually located on 44, Interstate 44, just a little over halfway between Oklahoma City and Tulsa, more to the Tulsa side, but we're just right here on Route 66 and Interstate 44, both run through our town.
Yeah, I catch that. Yeah, Route 66. Kind of curious how you mentioned Tulsa. My son and I just got done watching Tulsa King on television. Of course, Route 66 runs right through Tulsa like that. So you must know that pretty well. And I don't know if you've seen the TV show. We just got done watching the last episode of this first season as Sylvester Stallone in it. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of entertaining. There's a cliffhanger in the end of the series for this particular series. This is number 1, you know. So, anyways, maybe you've seen it. Anyways, back to you, Delbert.
I have not had the opportunity to watch it yet, but I'm to the understanding that Sylvester Stallone decided that he did not like filming in Tulsa. That first one was actually filmed in Tulsa, I believe, that first season, and they're going to be filming elsewhere this year. So that's what my understanding is. Also, something that a lot of people don't realize, the movie Outsiders, the house that they used in that movie is actually there in Tulsa, and they have, I believe, turned it into a little museum. I haven't got by to see it yet, but it's actually one of my favorite movies. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, I don't think I know that movie Outsiders. When was that filmed, and maybe you can tell me what it was about, because I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that movie, and I've watched X amount of TV and movies and stuff, but I don't know that one. Maybe you can tell me who's in it or what. Yeah. Back to you.
It was based on a book by S.E. Hinton, and was supposed to have took place like in the 50s, I believe, and it kind of like two gangs were fighting and everything, and it had some big name stars like Ralph Macchio was in it. He played Patrick Swayze. Was it Rob Lowe in that? Yeah, I think Rob Lowe. and several other big stars as they were coming up and becoming stars. And early 80s, I think, was probably when it was filmed. Early to mid 80s, but it was a pretty good show. I liked the book, and then I really liked the movie, so it's actually one of my more favorite ones. Back to you, sir.
Okay, The Outsiders, sometime in the 1980s. I'll see if I can't find that somewhere on the various outlets. I have numerous ways of watching various contents. Anyways, and so you say that you're fixing on getting your general. You've been working the 2 meters in the 70 cms, but now you got a 10 meter. You said you got a 10 meter anytone. Do you operate that also? Are you doing contacts with that too? Just wanting to know how that works out. I know that 10 meters is okay to do like that. Yeah, come back to Albert. Yeah.
KD7TTV. Yes, I've got an Anytone 5555N2. It's a little 10 meter rig. And as a tech class, I can operate on 28.3 through 28.5 meters on that radio. I've got it hooked to an inverted V dipole antenna, just wire antenna that we strung up about 16 feet in the backyard, and it's homemade, and we nailed it right on the first try of the 1 to 3 SWR or 1.3 SWRs on it. But previous to that, which I got into it about 2 months ago, I had basically just did 2 meter and 70 centimeter repeaters, but I was just gifted and you'll probably have to look it up, a Kenwood TS 830S, which is I think probably all the bands. It was one of them made in the early 80s, so it's half solid state and half tube type, and it's pretty neat, pretty heavy little box and everything, but that was gifted to me, so when I get my general license, I should actually get on the other bands also. Back to you, sir.
So you were gifted this Kenwood to work, all the HFs? I mean, why, yeah. Well, heck, all you need to do is just feed line it to your inverted V, I would think, and you'd be pretty much ready to go. Just kind of curious, as far as your Anytone, maybe you can tell me what the power is, or you do QRP, or what kind of contacts or how far you've gotten with that. I just because where I live in a very limited amount of space to place any kind of antenna, especially an inverted V or half wave or anything like that. have to be a vertical of some kind if I can ever get to it or get, get enough time to do it too. But more than likely, I'm going to be spending a lot of working doing my work in the ham shack that is provided for us, the members of the club here, and they got a Kenwood inside of there too, plus a couple of ICOMs. I just got to get down there and I got to do it. Anyways, back to you, man.
This Anytone is working really good. It's adjustable from, I think, 5 watts to 60 watts. I normally run at about 45 watts. And the inverted V doesn't take up a lot of room for the 10-meter inverted V, I should say. My two legs are, about 12 feet apart, something like that. And then the rest of it's hanging up in the tree. So it really doesn't take a whole lot of room. As far as contacts with the propagation being flowing, how it is, and I have it set up north to south, so I get my signals go out to east and west. But I have talked to California, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and then on the other side I have talked to New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, but I have also got up into Canada quite a few times, and I've reached all the way down to Argentina, Uruguay, Cuba, Costa Rica. So I'm making pretty good distance on just that little running, at most 60 watts in that little inverted V. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, this is KJ5ATA, talking to KD7TZV, I think it's Delbert. Yeah, anyways, that sounds really impressive, I got to tell you. That sounds extremely impressive. I guess you've been, how long have you been working at that 10 meter? How long have you been, oh yeah, you said you were you've been doing this for, what, 20 years now? I guess, but have you had that radio for that long? Just curious. KJ5ATA.
KD7TZV, talking to KD5ATA. No, sir, I've only had this and been working 10 meters for about a month and a half. And like I said, we got lucky. We built the antenna, hung it up, and it was perfect. SWRs are, perfect enough for me, a 1.3 to 1. And it's just doing a really, really great job. But like I said, I have been an operator for 20 years, but I have not got into the HF until about a month and a half ago, and that's why I'm going to try to get my general just so I can try to work other bands also. Back to you, sir.
Yeah. This is KJ5ATA, talking to KD7TZV, and I just wanted to say that I got my technician back in April, and then I just went into study mode and got the general in August, and just kind of put myself to it, and passed pretty easily. Actually, if you know pretty much of a lot of the concepts from technician, general's not that tough. You can just take a few questions on I can't remember the name of the website. But anyways, you drill yourself on the questions, and then you can go ahead and pass the exam. And of course, I've thought about going into the advanced, but I don't know why I haven't gotten anything done with the general yet that much. And so, but all I've been using is just for myself is a TYT HT, and I got it's programmable with an RT systems software, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, but that's all I've been doing, except for doing the echo link a little bit here and there. So, anyways, yeah, I'll throw it back to you, man.
I'm running a little Red Dell RT490 for 2 meter and 70 centimeter, and it also has a 1.25 meter on it. And I use that off of a mobile antenna in the car when I'm traveling, so I can hit some of the repeaters. But that little anytone, I've had good reviews on it from several people that I've talked to, and it runs, I think, about 250 or maybe a little less than 250 if you get it through Amazon. And everyone's talking about there's all sorts of videos on modifying them and being able to get into 11 meter, but I don't believe in modifying a ham radio for to talk on the CB band. If I want to talk on the CB band, I'll just get a CB and hook it up. But that's the way I think about it. But yeah, I've had lots of luck with this little radio and little antenna so far. Back to you, KG7TZB.
This is KJ5ATA. Once again, my name's Guy. Yeah, can you tell me the model number of that Anytone, and maybe you can possibly tell me the configuration of your inverted V, like how many, was it a store-bought wire, or did you build that, or homemade, homebrew or whatever? And maybe you can tell me the model number of your Anytone. Maybe you might want to see get an idea of how your station operates or works. Yeah, back to you, Delbert.
Yeah, this is Zulu Lima 2 Bravo Echo Zulu. Good evening, gentlemen. You may wish to know that a net will start in about 10 minutes on this network, so you may wish to move elsewhere if you want to continue your conversation instead of interrupting the net. Over.
W8WKY.
Sir, I will just give him the information he was just requested, and I'll back out. I actually got on here to listen to the net, and we're leaving breaks in between to not interrupt you guys. But I will give him that information, and I will back out. Guys, the information you were asking for is the Anytone is a 5555N, as in Nancy, 2. And I have that hooked up through a store-bought Vallon, and it is approximately 16 feet in the air with the legs coming down. The legs are about 8 foot 6 inches each, and they're coming down at 45 degrees. And nice talking with you. You can look me up on QRZ and message me through an email if you would like to, and I can answer any other questions you have. I'm going to back out and listen for the net because I do not want to interrupt their net. KD7 TZV 73, sir.
KJ5, DBM listening.
KJ5 call. This is Kilo Echo 8, Delta Lima Juliet, Mobile in Ohio. My name is Ralph.
Good evening, Ralph. First name here is Adam. I'm from Edmond, Oklahoma. Just answer the repeater. I think there was some some disagreement a little while ago. A couple of radio operators may have, or a radio operator may have realized that no one has a priority over a frequency. But I'm just listening in and seeing what was going on the repeater.
W8WKY.
I missed that. I'm a truck driver, and I went inside the warehouse to grab my next assignment because I'm about to swap trailers now. A couple of guys were talking. I know that. And they were quick keying a little bit. Wasn't too bad. Everybody does it. You start talking to somebody, and you lose track of the time between mic keys, and hopefully that wasn't it, because like I said, everybody does it. It's not a criminal act, but it is good to remind someone when they do it, because I do it. Back to you, KE8DLJ.
W8WKY.